Hey, what's going on? Blue Falcon here, coming to you with another video. So this time around, we're gonna be discussing the ultimate guide of how to choose a gaming laptop. Now, you probably on this video because you saw my last video, which is a gaming laptop versus the PS5. And if you're here, you probably chose the gaming laptop. Congrats. Now you want to know what things should you be looking for in a good gaming laptop so that you can optimize your gaming experience. All right, so that's what we're here for. Before I go any further, if you find any value in these videos, please guys, like, subscribe, drop a comment down below, and share with your family and friends, because that definitely helps the channel a lot. But let's just get right into it. All right, you guys.
Game to win, game hard.
So I'm gonna share my screen with you all, right? But I do want you to notice one thing. All right, I'm gonna be breaking down the PS5 into three main categories. All right, now you probably see on the screen here PS5 specs. Okay, now I did that because whenever a console manufacturer, whether it be Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, when they release a console, they create these consoles to last about 8 to 10 years for the most part, right? And the reason why this is important is because I want you guys to get into the mindset of this. And what is this? That when you purchase your gaming laptop, you want that thing to last you a good 8 to 10 years, if not more. All right, you guys want to maximize your gaming as much as possible. All right, so don't purchase a laptop and come to find out it's only good for about 2 years, and then you're gonna have to dish out another $1,000+ so you can continue to stay up to date. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you saw the last video, you would know that, again, gaming laptops are more expensive than gaming consoles. You're here because you're willing to dish out that money. Okay, that's cool. However, you don't want that laptop to only last you a couple of years. All right, so I'm showing you the PS5 specs because if we can match the PS5 specs, if not exceed the PS5 specs on our laptop, that's generally gonna give you a good idea of how well and how long your laptop is gonna last. All right, I've done it myself, and that's the reason why I ended up with an Asus ROG Zephyrus G15 with an RTX 3070 graphics card. All right, so I'm gonna try to help you why I chose the laptop that I chose. So what are the three main components? Right, the CPU. Right, I don't know if you guys can see it. The CPU. Okay, we have the GPU, and then we have the RAM and storage, right, which is pretty much your memory. So first things first, let's go to the CPU. So you can see for the PS5, the CPU is 3.5 gigahertz and it has 8 cores. All right, and that's AMD Zen 2. That's the CPU. Now I want to show you something. All right, because here you have let me see if I have it here. This is the specifications for my laptop, which is the Asus ROG Zephyrus. Now I'm using my laptop as a point of reference, but just know that you can do this with any laptop that you're interested in. Just go to Google, type in the name of your laptop, and type in specs at the end, SPECS, right? And it'll give you all the specifications. But for me, you'll see that the base clock is 3.0 gigahertz dash 4.6, meaning that it can go up to 4.6 gigahertz. And I'm gonna give you a good example, right? So if you go to any gaming store, excuse me, pardon me for that one. If you go to any gaming store, right, usually they have the laptops already on display. So just do exactly what I'm doing right now. So take the cursor, right, take the mouse and go to the bottom and right click. When you do that, you'll see Task Manager jump up on the screen. All right, once you do that, just go to Performance, and here, just as I told you, just to verify it, you can see the CPU. It says 4.12. It keeps jumping up and down, but for the most part, you can see exactly what I'm talking about, right? is 3.9 gigahertz, and that's right now it says 11% utilization, meaning that I'm not even maxing it out. It's not really being tasked, so it can actually go more, especially if you put the laptop in turbo mode, which a lot of laptops have the capability of doing. All right, so I want you to be at ease. So just because you see the PS5 with 3.5 gigahertz, these gaming laptops actually have, it can go even higher, right? And you can see mine, it was on base, it's already like 3.9, and I'm not even playing a video game. I'm not doing anything taxing on my laptop. All right, so there's that. So next thing is the GPU. So you see the GPU here, it says it has 10.3 teraflops RDNA 2 GPU. All right, now here's one thing. Again, look at your laptop. I went to Google and I typed in how many teraflops does RTX 3070 laptops have. And now the reason why I did that is because, just so that you guys understand, a GPU is pretty much the name for graphics card. All right, I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. All right, so a GPU is pretty much the graphics card. So if you see that a PS5, going back to it again, it has 10.3 teraflops, type in the name of the laptop that you're interested in and ask how many teraflops it has, right? Or type in, like, let's say for me, for example, right, my laptop has a RTX 3070 graphics card. That's the reason why I said how many teraflops does the RTX 3070 have, right? And you can see this is the clear answer. Unfortunately, Nvidia has yet to furnish us with the exact specifications, but for reference, the RTX 3070 laptop GPU comes with around 12 teraflops. Okay, there's your answer right there. So again, in the GPU department, my laptop has more teraflops than a PS5. Last thing is the memory. So you have both the RAM and the storage. Now, this is where, admittedly, the PS5 is amazing. All right, so here the PS5, it's 16 gigabytes of GDDR6. So, you know, if you look at, let me see if I can find it here. So for the Asus ROG Zephyrus G15, which is what I have, you can look at the graphics and it says GeForce RTX 3070. It only has 8 gigabytes of GDDR6. Now, again, it's you know, it's all about pros and cons, right? You can't win in everything, but 8 gigabytes is far more than enough. Believe me, guys, when I tell you this, right? And just to prove it to you, I'll probably show it in this video, but you can also check my channel out. I actually have live benchmarks throughout my channel where I played God of War, I've played Devil May Cry, I've played I believe Insurgency, Sandstorm. I've played a whole bunch of different games, and I always show the MSI Afterburner, which is pretty much a program that can calculate how many frames per second the game is running on. And you'll see that in majority of the games, it's running easily above 60 frames per second. So you have no worries there. And if you've done your research on the PS5, you'll know that that's pretty much what they promised is, you know, 60 frames per second gaming. So there's that. 16 is honestly overkill in today's market. However, you know, bear in mind that the games in the future, they may required 16 gigabytes, so that's something that you have to consider. I chose 8 because, you know, it's never reached 8 gigabytes. From the research I've shown, the modern gaming has not exceeded 8 gigabytes of VRAM or RAM, as you see in this website. The last thing I want to show you is the storage. So it says custom 825 gigabytes of SSD storage, right? So let's see here. Will this actually show me? It may not. I am sharing my screen on the other hand. Oh, there you go. There you go, storage. So this is another website. Specs has reviewed Asus ROG Zephyrus G15. This is coming by way of ultrabookreviews.com. But if you see the storage, it has 1 terabyte of NVMe SSD, right? And to prove it to you, again, I'm sharing my screen. I'm gonna go to the settings. I'll go to system, and I go to storage. Again, everything I'm showing you, you can do that in the store, you guys, before you even take the laptop. Any laptop that's on display, do exactly what I'm showing you so that you won't be duped. But you can see here, It has 930 gigabytes. 30 gigabytes was already used for like the like the programs that already came with it. So indeed, it's the truth. It does come automatically with about 1 terabyte, which is 1,000 gigabytes. All right, you guys, and that's pretty much it. So you guys, it's really that simple. Just look at your CPU, look at the GPU, and look at the memory, whether it be the RAM and the storage. Now, I did this with the PS5 because, again, I came from the Sony console, and I still love Sony consoles. I actually own a PS5, but again, as I got older, there's so much other stuff outside of gaming that I wanted to do. I wanted to conduct business. I wanted to do this content creation. There's a whole bunch of other stuff I wanted to do. So that's why I decided to transition to the PC market, in particular the gaming laptop market. But you can do exactly what I'm telling you by comparing the laptop specs to an Xbox Series X. You can take what I'm telling you and compare it to a Nintendo Switch, which is not going to be hard at all because Nintendo Switch is far behind. But that's not the point of this video. Everything I'm telling you, again, it's a very oversimplification, but it's actually has helped me a great ton. When I was doing my research, I just looked at the GPU, I looked at the CPU, and I looked at the memory. And as you can see, look at all the videos on my channel, and you'll see that the games are well above 60 frames per second. It's buttery smooth. I have no complaints at all. And that's running on 1080p, sometimes 1440p. And just a caveat before I go, if you do have a RTX, which is a Nvidia graphics card, they come with DLSS. DLSS is kind of, it allows you to run certain games more smoother. So let's say if the game is running at 1440p, right, it will display at an in actuality at a lower display, so it's not taxing on your GPU, but it will upscale it so that it looks like it's 1440p. And that's what's so brilliant about Nvidia graphics cards. So a lot of times you can actually get higher performance, because if you lower the resolution again to like 1080p, which these laptops can easily these modern gaming laptops can easily run through 1080p gaming, run it at 1080p and then implement DLSS, and then it will upscale it to 1440p, even though it's not actually 1440p, but it looks just like it. It's like artificial intelligence or something. But anyway, I hope you did find value in this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, and comment down below of more things you would like to hear moving forward. I did enjoy making this video for you all. But with that being said, Blue Falcon over and out. Game hard, y'all.